Hi, I'm not dead. Oh my god. Trying not to like scream. Leave it to Tina to be like 5 years late to a trend, but I didn't want to do it back then, so I didn't. I'm doing it now because I think it's a little bit more dramatic now with how stupid I was. So I want to show you guys today how I used to do my makeup back when I was a little wee lass, because I wasn't broke, but I was young. I didn't have a job to buy makeup, so it was whatever my mom was willing to purchase for me, which was not a lot because I don't think she wanted me to do crazy things with makeup. Sorry, Mom. So my first experience was with makeup wasn't awful because luckily I did not necessarily grow up with the time of YouTube, but beauty gurus were kind of already a thing. So my experience was what I was seeing on people around me and the extravagant, glamorous looks people were doing online, which I knew I couldn't do at the time. Even now I kind of struggle a little bit. So my first experience was with eyeshadow, because that was the one thing I knew is like people know you're wearing makeup is you're wearing eyeshadow. So hilariously, I actually have the exact two first palettes here. I didn't throw them out. I've had these for like a decade, so I probably shouldn't be putting them on my face, but I'm going to anyways and hopefully not regret it. So these are the first two palettes I ever had. Wet n Wild palettes from Walmart. So I wanted this one specifically because the black, because even as a kid, I knew I was a scene girl. So I got this one specifically for the blacks. This empty pan was blue, like a fucking bright ass turquoise, but I didn't put it on my face because I knew I'd look like a librarian who doesn't know how to do their makeup. I actually used it in a nail polish. And then I got this one because I knew the whole thing was natural smoky eyes, except this doesn't give that because they're all shimmery. So my first start, I don't have the little brushes, but they are what I used. Half was a brush, half was a sponge. Those are what I used because I had some face brushes, like cheap elf ones that I actually still have and use today. To start, I'm just gonna go in here with the matte black. There's a matte and a shimmery. I used the matte, obviously, and I'm just gonna use my finger because that's the closest thing to one of those sponges. No eye primer, that wasn't a thing back then. Those only existed for rich people, which I was not one of, so I just did this. Oh Lord. I did blend it though with the bristle end of the brush, even though it was garbage. I obviously don't have that, so I'm gonna use like a real brush, but like no matter what, it didn't look good. This is the worst black eyeshadow I've ever used in my life. It doesn't look black, it looks gray. So yeah, I just kind of slathered that all over. Oh yes, that's about right. Oh Lord. I'm having more flashbacks. I look ridiculous. But this is what I look like. I went to school like this. So I'd do that, and then I'd use the shitty brush. This is pretty reminiscent to the brush that it came with. It's just like flat, hard bristles. I think it was on an angle too for some reason. And I would blend it a little bit, but it made no sense because I was just blending it into my skin, which does nothing. Actually, I do remember a time I wore this. For my high school semi-formal, this is pretty much how I did my makeup. As you can imagine, I didn't have a date for that dance. And that was it. That was the look. I didn't put eyeliner on. I didn't use mascara. So, I just went to school looking like this. Let me just... This is not a good look. Oh, like I did nothing else. Brows didn't exist to me back then. I actually didn't start doing my brows until high school. Now, the second look was when I discovered you could cover your acne. Also, yes, my eyelids are still a little black. It wouldn't come off all the way. So I got into foundation. Now, sadly, I do not own the foundation that I used back then, but it still exists. They still sell it, and apparently it hasn't changed in like 2 decades. It was the CoverGirl foundation and that little like triangular bottle with the blue lid and the matching pressed powder compact. Mine was the lightest shade, which was still too dark for me because even back then I was super pale. Wasn't gonna spend money to do this video, so I didn't buy it. But I do have a foundation here that I think is too dark for me, so it'll give us the same look. Oh, I can't believe I'm gonna use this. Beauty blenders were for the rich back then. They still kind of are. It's like $27 Canadian for a beauty blender. Obviously I have one now because I like my makeup to look good. But back then we didn't use that. No. We used the dreaded makeup wedge. But I just put it right on the sponge. No primer, once again, for the rich. Oh, there we go. Oh, yes. Also, no concealer. I do concealer before foundation. I know most people it's the other way around, but I don't do that. And you just put it all over. Yeah, no, not the right color for me at all. It's actually not that dark, though. I thought it would be way more dramatic. Oh, yes. Oh, no. Yeah, it is too dark. Jam it into your skin and pretend you look normal. Also, my favorite part is half the makeup stays in the sponge. You know? All your money just goes straight into the garbage. I also did not blend down the neck because I convinced myself that it was the right color and I didn't need to do that. Oh, I look ridiculous. Oh no. Oh god, you could really tell around the nose that that does not match. I feel like this looks worse in person than it does on camera, which I guess is good for me, but like, it doesn't look good. I did put it in my eyebrows as well. Also, I think I put it on my eyelids now that I think about it. Like, it's not a good look. I just covered my entire fucking face in it. And then I put the pressed powder over top of it. I don't own pressed powder anymore. I'm gonna just use my new powder. And actually, I use this exact brush. I still have it. I still use it. I took care of my brushes, y'all. It's an e.l.f. powder brush. I don't use it for powder anymore. I use it for blush. Because it does that. Oh, God. Do this and pretend it looks right. Wow, this is a look. And I got it all over my freaking microphone. So I did that. And I would just walk around like this. So yeah, that's look number 2. Very nice. I look ridiculous. Oh my god. After that, I think my mom could tell I was actually serious about makeup and being creative. So around 13 years old, I was in grade 8, and I wanted eyeliner. I convinced my mom to start letting me wear eyeliner, but she wouldn't let me buy liquid eyeliner. I don't know what about it. She just thought it was like the worst thing in the world. I don't know. So I had stick eyeliner, not this one specifically. This is an e.l.f. one, which I actually really like and use all the time. But I wanted to do winged eyeliner. That was the look. That's what all the people on the internet were doing. I thought it was so pretty, and I wanted to do it. So I did an incredibly stupid thing that I hope no one else ever does, because I told people I was doing this. As I took a stick and a toothpick. I can't believe I'm admitting this, but never do this. Warning now. I do not recommend. But I didn't care. I wanted winged eyeliner. So I took, this is one of the like more gel kinds, not like the pencil stick. It's the ones you twist up. And I would take it on a toothpick. I would use that to create a wing. Once again, do not do this. I need the zoomed in part of my mirror. Okay. And like I would wear this every day. Oh god, I'm so shaky. And like it wasn't a good wing because like it's a toothpick, but this pains me. Like I'm not physically in pain, but like I'm cringing at myself. And, like it was just a little baby wing. It was little, but it's what I wanted. And also, I wouldn't go into the inner corner because I think I knew I would have stabbed myself in the eye. So, like, I wasn't completely dumb. And, like, this takes forever. Like, I don't know why I bothered with this. Yeah, that's about where I did it too. It was only, like, halfway into my eye. I didn't want to fully commit, you know? Just like a bit. Oh, screwed that up. I can't see. This lighting's not the best for this. To be fair though, it's accurate. I almost just poked myself. Yeah, it's about right. You can barely even see it. But I thought I was hot shit doing this. And then I'd take the same eyeliner and do my waterline. I don't even need a mirror for this. Oh, yeah, I do. And once again, I would not go all the way into the inner corner. That was too much commitment. And luckily at this point, I convinced her to let me buy mascara. Not this one. It was obviously one of those cheap CoverGirl ones. And I did own an eyelash curler, believe it or not. And I understood very quickly a curl before. Because a lot of girls rip out half their eyelashes when they're a young kid doing this. But I learned very quickly. I don't think I ever did it. Which is hilarious because some YouTubers were like, yeah, it makes them curl better. Makes it last longer. Also, fun fact, I can actually use my left hand for my left eye for mascara. I'm right-handed. I don't have to do the across the nose and then accidentally bump the bridge of your nose with mascara. And I did understand you did something with your brows, but I didn't really understand what, so I just put clear brow gel in them. I did not use this exact one. It was just a cheap clear, I think it was Maybelline mascara with like the green lid handle. This one is Essence. It's just super cheap because it's brow gel. And I just did this. There is some brown in it, but that's because I use it over my actual brow products nowadays. It's that look. I didn't wear foundation every day, which I guess is good because my acne would have been way worse. But this is look number 3. Very tiny, shitty wings. Which honestly, this is like a version of my look nowadays that's just upgraded. Well, I mean, now it's upgraded, clearly. So yeah, that was what I did end of elementary school and beginning of high school. So some of you may remember this. I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure you hit like, please, subscribe. I do plan on getting back into YouTube, hopefully semi-regularly. I'm not going to make a schedule because I used to and I never followed it anyways. So I'm not going to promise anything that I'm most likely not going to keep. But I hope you enjoyed this and I hope to see you here next time. Bye! Okay.